Hi guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today it's kind of unexpected movie review. I really wasn't planning on doing this today, but I just couldn't get it out of my head.
No.
That's my son.
No.
It's okay, honey. Anyway, so yesterday was the premiere on Netflix of P.S. I Still Love You, or the second installment from the To All the Boys series. This is based on a book, and just to let you know a little bit of background, if you haven't watched my review on To All the Boys, I didn't read the book before I watched the movie. I watched the movie first, and that's how I knew that it was a book. And then when I found out it was a book, I of course went out and got the books, and I read all of them, pretty much devoured them in a few days, all three of them. This P.S. I Still Love You is definitely my favorite out of the three. And I kind of really was wishful thinking of, and really desperately hoping that they would really get as much as possible the details from the book to the movie. That didn't really happen. They did probably about, I would say 70%. There's so much detail that was in it that was just kind of chopped off or just kind of replaced in a sense, but the main issue was still there. Essentially, there were like important parts that really were still there. So I'm just gonna start off with what I'm disappointed with. I'm disappointed with John Ambrose's character because he didn't really get a lot of stuff. He had a lot more stuff in the book, but in the movie, I feel like he didn't get a lot. I wish he got a lot more. When they first announced that he was gonna, the actor was, I forgot his name, the actor was going to be playing John Ambrose, I think a lot of people were really upset about it because John Ambrose in the book is like this very blonde, blue-eyed guy, and that was more of a symbolic situation where Peter was kind of a dark-haired, dark-eyed person, and John Ambrose had the blonde hair, blue-eyed kind of situation, and that was kind of it, like light versus dark, essentially. But I really wasn't upset because I was really excited for the movie to come out. And you have to think, Lucas in the all three in the series, Lucas is also supposed to look very like blonder than John Ambrose, actually. Blonde, blue-eyed, and that didn't really turn out the way it did in the book, which is fine. Like I didn't get upset about that. So I think that's why a lot of people got upset, and a lot of people also kind of like was hoping the guy that was playing at the end, supposedly as John Ambrose at the end of the first movie, was going to be John Ambrose in the second movie. That part I think they messed up because I feel like if you're gonna do that, you should have continued it that way. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you just cast it that way, essentially? I feel like that production company really messed up with that. But anyway, it's not, I think his name is Jordan Fisher. It's not the actor's fault or anything. That's the production company, casting company, whatnot. So anyway, really, really enjoyed the movie. I think the first time I watched it twice, if I didn't mention that. The first time I watched it, I was like a little upset and shocked. And the reason for that was because I really, really wanted more John Ambrose in there. And there was a lot of Peter and Lara Jean that was also kind of cut out. And there was also more of Genevieve that was also kind of cut out. So I was kind of like, it's lacking. You know what I mean? I was kind of upset, and then the second time I watched it, I'm like, yeah, I'm upset, I'm over it. I love the movie. They all did a great job. Jordan Fisher has like the most beautiful smile that makes my heart melt. Lana Condor is always phenomenal, so I don't even know if I need to say anything about that. Noah Centineo is great. I think they all really did a great job, getting all these characters who are very beloved, by the way, by a lot of readers, putting them on screen. I think they all did a great job, really. I would rate this a 5 out of 5, and I would give it a 2 thumbs up. I definitely recommend it. I can really, like, this is probably going to replace my Twilight thing. Because before, what I would do is I would watch Twilight like over and over and over again, and then when all the movies came out, I would watch them back to back. And that would just like be my life for like the whole day or 2 days or whatever, if I had the time. Or like that would be the only thing I would watch, and I won't watch anything else in between. And I feel like this is what's gonna happen for me with To All the Boys. And they also did announce that they were already doing production on the third movie. There was even like a Twitter picture of them shooting it in New York City back in the summer of 2019. So I'm really hoping that we don't really have to wait a whole year, or maybe even at the end of the year for the third movie. What I'm kind of hoping is either it's too early to do it in spring break. I don't think they're just gonna release it in like a month or so. But I would really like it if the soonest is summer, because I swear to God, the second time I watched it, I was like squealing because I'm like, oh my gosh, it is super, super delicious. I cannot wait for the third movie. And of course, Netflix suggests the first one. And I'm like, no, no. And if you guys don't follow my other vlog series, which is due to my PCS or post-concussion syndrome, I do have very limited electronic time. And I only dedicate it to that. I've been putting it on my planner that I'm going to watch this. I did everything that I can to condition myself so that I could really watch it and I won't be sick. I won't feel awful. I won't be nauseous or dizzy or just have a ton of headaches. So I really prepared myself yesterday. I'm just really surprised, like today, it's very early right now in the morning. I just literally finished breakfast and I just couldn't get it out of my head. I really wasn't thinking of doing this review again like this, like right now. I thought I could wait like later today or maybe tomorrow, but I just couldn't. I'm just so giddy. I'm sorry. There's like dog hair on my face. So I completely love it. I feel like if you really love the books and you're more of a very literal person, you're gonna feel a little disappointed. However, like, I feel like if you really, really do love the story and the books as well, you're gonna feel disappointed, yet you're also going to really, really love it. There's a part in there, I feel like Noah Centineo really did do a great job of playing Peter, because Peter in this particular story and in this book, I had somewhat of a love-hate relationship with him in a sense, and I was very, very much team John Ambrose ever since from the beginning. To me, John Ambrose is like, I'm just gonna say something completely honest. To me, the guys that would always ask me out, or a typical boyfriend that I would get in high school or in college, was a Peter. That was always it. And I would always be crushing on like a John Ambrose, someone that I was always very in tune with, someone not too flashy, but like I always felt that I always still saw them very beautiful, but they always felt like they weren't good enough and they had to compete with a Peter, things like that. But I always liked that kind of boy. And just like in the story, you know, he always kind of felt like he couldn't do it or something like that. And that's a different story, but like that's why I was really more attached to like a John Ambrose in a sense versus like a Peter. But I always end up with like a Peter, because those kind of guys are always going to be the one who's going to ask me out, or ask girls out. So that was a big thing, because Lara Jean and John Ambrose really are very two peas in a pod essentially. They're very their personalities are very, very in tune and very, very in sync, and they're very, very parallel in a sense. Well, Peter is more of, I I would say a little bit more of the opposite in a sense from Lara Jean. A little bit different. They have similarities in there, but I feel like she also feels in herself that she is more alike with John Ambrose than with Peter Kavinsky. So I hope you enjoy my review, and you're gonna give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. Just to let you know, I really, 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 really love this story and this book, and quite honestly, I really am hoping that Jenny does continue a series with Lara Jean, but like after this trilogy, I'm kind of hoping she's gonna do another trilogy which would focus after this particular chapter in her life, and we shall see what's gonna happen then. If you don't have Netflix, go get it so you can watch this movie. I love it so much. I'm definitely probably gonna watch it again. I can't guarantee when I'm gonna watch it again, but I can definitely say I will watch it again. Again, thanks guys so much for all the love, encouragement, and support. If you don't know what I'm talking about just everything, as well as particularly what I'm going through, PCS, anxiety, depression, and things like that. I just like, this movie makes me so happy and makes me so giddy and excited and shocked and a lot of wonderful things. Thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for making the movie. Thank you, Jenny Han, for writing the story. Again, my biggest qualm is just, I really did hope that they were doing literally more from the book to the movie, and they've already done the third one. I think they're just in post-production right now. I really hope that they actually put more of the actual literally, you know, things from the book to the movie, because I don't know, I feel like they should have done that in this particular movie versus, you know, with the first one. There were a few things that I was a little disappointed as well, but that really does happen. When you get something from a book to a movie or a book to a series, that can happen. But I still loved it. Thank you guys so much. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know down below. All my social media accounts are down below as well if you want to connect. Also, anything else should be in the description section if you want to chit chat about this movie or anything at all. Suggestions, comments, anything you want to, there's a particular movie you want me to check out or something, or a book you want me to particularly check out, let me know down below as well. I love hearing from you guys all the time. Thanks guys, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.